How to fix cannot read properties of null, reading ID error in Angular with Node.js and MySQL. Encountering errors in your application can be frustrating, especially when they disrupt the functionality of your project. One such error that developers working with Angular, Node.js, and MySQL might face is cannot read properties of null, reading ID. In this guide, we'll walk you through the steps to identify and fix this issue. Understanding the error. The error message cannot read properties of null, reading ID typically occurs when your code tries to access the ID property of a JavaScript object that is null or undefined. This can happen for several reasons, including improper data fetching. The object may not have been fetched correctly from the database. Incorrectly returned data. The backend might be returning null or undefined instead of the expected object. Steps to resolve the error. Step 1. Check backend logic. First, ensure that your backend endpoint, usually built with Node.js, properly retrieves data from the MySQL database and sends it to the Angular frontend. Database query. Verify the SQL query to make sure it is correct. Data handling. Ensure that the data returned from the database is structured correctly and that all required fields, including ID, are being retrieved. Example Node.js code. Step 2. Validate the Angular frontend. Next, on the Angular side, ensure that you are handling the fetched data properly and that your variables are not null or undefined. Example Angular service code. Example component code. Step 3. Use safe property access. To avoid accessing properties of null or undefined objects, use safe navigation, or property checks. Example with safe navigation. Example with property checks. Conclusion. Encountering the cannot read properties of null, reading ID error can be a common issue when working with Angular, Node.js, and MySQL. To resolve it, always ensure that your backend is correctly fetching and sending data to the front end, and handle potential null or undefined cases gracefully in your Angular code. Implementing these steps will help maintain the robustness of your application and improve the overall development experience.